blessed ones of the nations of the world. This is your brother Dan Moses Osei Sakodie of TRC Ghana, saying to you and I, Akwaba, Allen, Sahalen, Shagitam, welcome, in Ganjoni, Benvindo, you are welcome. Kuso diwo to San Yusenyo Okukulaba, Mauya Mingalaba, Boye Malamu, Karibu, Ekapo, no o sanu dezua kwangehena mitash duburo presalovat bine I binit barigalus bita iche ayubon dobridoya welcome estan hosut walan anuman bienvenido namaste swagatan kush amadid Baruk haba marhaba wanyong haminida wanying nyejeko anyemime nyejeko we zolo novio mia wezo akwaba to the program Testimony the World Disorder and Akwaba to the very first anniversary of the barbarous murder of my Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO of Tema Community 4 Assemblies of God Church. Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO, whom the terror network of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, with the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, supported by the US CIA and the FBI, politically orchestrated the murder of Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO to be executed by the nephew of Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO in the house of God, in church, on the 30th of December 2018, exactly a year ago. Today, exactly a year ago today, I'm recording this video as though it's being recorded on the 30th. But however, this very part 1 is being recorded on the 29th of December 2019. And the part 2 has already been recorded. It was recorded on the 28th of December 2019. The CIA, the FBI, the Montgomery County Police, the terror network of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, they all know that the part 2, what to do, had already been recorded 2 days ago, and they have already started their damage control and the cover-up agenda to that. So let's get this is being recorded on the 29th, this part 1, but the part 2 has been recorded on the 28th, and it will be posted. It is being recorded against the 30th, but I'm speaking as though it is being recorded on the 30th, especially in the part 2. You will see that you think that I'm recording it on the 30th. It is not so. I wanted it to be like live. That is why it was recorded on 28. Humanity and the nations of the world. Yes, so we are welcome to the very first anniversary of the murder of Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO of Tema Community 4 Assemblies of God, my pastor, my reverend, who was politically and contractually murdered by the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his new terrorists, supported by the CIA and the FBI, their intelligence and their technology. Humanity and the nations of the world, Akwaba, may the precious family of Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO, Reverend Mrs. Comfort NABEGMADO, may her noble children, their noble children, may the Tema Community for Assemblies of God, may the Assemblies of God Church, Ghana and Universal, may we all be comforted. It is well. God is in total control. Akwaba to the very first anniversary. Humanity and the nations of the world. let's say this to bring some comfort to us, especially to the family of Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO, Reverend Mrs. Comfort NABEGMADO, and all that believe in the precious blood of Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO, that I would never get remarried to the US undercover agent for whose sake Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO was brutally murdered by the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, supported by CIA and the FBI. I would never get remarried to the killer of the Ghanaian people, the US undercover, the mother of my 2 innocent children. I would never get remarried to her. And in fact, I want to say this to the noble people of America and humanity. I'm saying this on air right before us, that as a friendly advice to His Excellency John Donald Trump, my special friend, if he would not dissociate himself from the terror funding government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and from Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and from the US undercover agent, my former spouse, if he would not, His Excellency Trump would not dissociate himself from Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and from the US undercover agent, that would cost him his presidency and all that he has worked for. So I want to appeal to him, even as I've spoken this in the ears of the world, in the ears of the American people, that if it was not true, that if he doesn't dissociate himself from Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the US undercover agent, it will cost him everything that he has labored for as a president. It cost him his presidency. Ghana, America, and the nations of the world already have settled it permanently with the United Nations, with His Excellency Trump and with the US government, that I would never get remarried to the US undercover agent. It is finished. In fact, let me make the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the IGP of Ghana, the CID boss, Nana Tiwa Addo Dankwa, the IGP James Opombuemu and his office. Let me make the CID and the police head. Let me make them mad by telling them that I will not marry the US undercover agent because I believe in the blood of Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO and I believe in the blood of the Ghanaian people. And in fact, to make them mad, already I have not proposed love. I have proposed marriage to a noble Ghanaian. So it will never happen that I'll go marry to the US undercover agent, the killer of the Ghanaian people. It is settled. I have proposed marriage to a Ghanaian. So the IGP of Ghana can decide to hang himself if he doesn't understand. God bless you. Now let's go on. Humanity and the nations of the world. Let me give the Assemblies of God Church Ghana, Reverend Mrs. Comfort NABEGMADO, and the noble children some comfort, some understanding, that they know that just like Christ Jesus, a decision was made by the very politically wicked forces of his time, religious wicked forces, that they would kill him. It was the same way that a decision was made to kill Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO. It was only that, just like Judas's face was put on the crucifixion of Jesus by the betrayer, but actual perpetrators of the killing of Jesus were the scribes, the high priest, Pilate, Caesar. In the same way, they had to, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the CIA, the FBI, have to put the face of their evil on the nephew of Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO. I am going to give us a sure proof that we understand what I'm talking about. Humanity and the nations of the world. Let me give us a little history to the killing of Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO through his family member. Political and contractual killing. As far back as 2006, before I got married to the US undercover agent, the US undercover agent was in touch with somebody that I considered my friend. And I didn't know that he had committed crimes against the US government, the United Kingdom, China, and many nations of Asia, and set a trap for me that I will be killed for his crime. His name is Moses Alobu. That dangerous member of the terror network of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo used to be a friend. I went to school with him. I know him. And before they set up marriage, he was long in touch with a US undercover agent, and they set me up into that trap. When I, in the land of America, God helped me. In the year 2007, the cover of the US undercover agent got blown. And therefore, immediately, the US undercover agent with the CIA, the US government, the terror network of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and his political party, they decided that they must use false evidence set up, use every criminal means to get me into trouble, build false evidence, using the CIA, FBI, the US police, so that they can get me killed as quickly as they could. And they must buy false witnesses, including the Moses Alobu guy. The US undercover agent was able to buy my own brother of the same mother and father, Samuel Sarkodie, with a 6-bedroom mansion, a 33-seater German DAF bus, that they all aid her in getting me killed and destroyed. Between the year of 2007 and 2009, when after the cover of the undercover agent had gotten blown, she had gotten exposed, she decided with the US FBI, CIA, the terror network of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, they should quickly let my brother sell off the property that they have acquired. They should let all the people that they recruited to build up false witnesses, false evidence, and they have paid them with the money, mansions, and cars, and they should all sell off the property. So Moses Alobu had received his mansion and cars in Afienya of Ghana, Tema. My own brother Samuel Sarkodie, as wicked as he is, stole my uncle, who today have been, his innocent life have been taken by the same criminals who took the life of Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO. Samuel Sarkodie stole the building plan belonging to my uncle and used it to go build the house that the US undercover agent was building for him in Tanoso in the forest somewhere. So when their whole crime got blown up in the year 2007, between 2007 and 2009, my brother was made to sell the car, the 33-seater DAF bus, and sell the 6-bedroom mansion. And I do to ensure that they do that to cover up the crime so they get me killed. But there was a challenge for them in getting me killed, because the God of the Bible knew that I must live to tell my story, so he would never allow them. So in the year 2011, when I had visited Ghana, the Moses Alobu guy, US House of Congress, I've told you, I'm not that Moses Alobu, the terrorist. I'm not that individual. America, White House, I've told us so. That terrorist of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's terror network, the US undercover bought his mind, bought my brother's mind, that they should, with aid the CIA and the terror network of Nana Addo Dankwa, come attack me in the home where I was living in Gulf City, Tema. When I've gone to visit Ghana with my wife and children, and my wife had orchestrated and had left Ghana with the children. They plotted to come lynch me at the home. They got exposed in the lynching. They had to drive me away after they had wounded me. They were breaking my leg, killing me on the spot. People came around. They drove me away 6 miles to Bronghapo Forest, where they were poisoning me in secrecy and kill me, my own brother. While I was in the forest and I was being murdered, my brother took a car from Kumasi and went to Tema and was packing my property from my home, thinking that they have succeeded in killing me. His name is Samuel Sarkodie, the same individual that the US undercover agent, the CIA, the Montgomery County Police, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and his terror network used in the cutting short of the life of my uncle in Kumasi. I come back to the first anniversary of Reverend Dr. NABEGMADO. We are getting some information. So we know that it was no new strategy that was used by the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the CIA, the FBI, to kill Reverend Dr. NABEGMADO through his family member. No. I am the target for the killing. And in 2011, they used the same strategy by putting the face of their killing, putting the face of my brother, Samuel Sarkodie, whom they have paid on their crime to aid the CIA, to aid the terror network of Nana, to lynch me, to get me kidnapped and to kill me. The US undercover agent, a woman that I born my 2 children, did this. So it should never surprise the family of Reverend Dr. NABEGMADO, Reverend Mrs. Comfort, the mommy, and my wonderful sisters and brothers. The same strategy that was used to kill Reverend, it was used to get me killed. But God spared my life, so I might live to let you understand who killed Reverend Dr. NABEGMADO and how he got killed. Humanity and the nations of the world. Akwaba, the very first anniversary of the killing of Reverend Dr. NABEGMADO, political and contractual killing. Before I went to Ghana in 2017 for the 2 years mission, I should say that after 2000 and as part of their strategy of covering up, sealing up their crimes, because Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, they set up this agenda, got innocent Muslims around the globe killed under the war on terror, killed innocent Muslims on the nations of the world, killed innocent Ghanaians and the killing has continued to this very day. Now let's go on. As part of their covering up their crimes, they decided that the perpetrators of their crime, members of their crime network, like example Moses Alobu, they should all pretend to have repented. They have converted, so they are now Christians. So that if the law is to go after them, it will be like, but this person is innocent. So they make the Moses Alobu to pretend to be a preacher in Ghana after he has made mansions and cars at the expense of the blood of Ghanaian people. In the year 2017, before I went to Ghana, in fact, I had continued to hold his hand as a brother, as a friend, giving him the benefit of the doubt that if you claim that you are a pastor now, well, thank God. Not knowing that, just like God didn't tell Reverend that morning he was coming, he was going to get killed. God didn't tell me that Moses Alobu has been provided with bullets, guns, and pistols. That when I get, he should host me when I come to Ghana. And then in the home, the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, they will put the home under total secret surveillance. And that he will be supported by some members of the military, some members of the police, the political national security, some members, that they would, under the guise of investigation, make false evidence, use false witnesses that I came to Ghana and the government of Nana Addo has investigated me, and the undercover agent is innocent of the killing of Ghanaians, and I am the one that must be killed. At the home of Moses Alobu, the bed on which I was lying, my bed that I was provided, under the bed, he was holding guns under my bed. They have decided the home was being watched 24/7 by the CIA and the terror network of Nana Addo Dankwa, the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. They have had my internet, had my phone, total 24/7 surveillance. And the police headquarters, the CID, they were all keeping it secret from the Ghanaian. They decide as quickly as they can, let them make false evidence on the behalf of the US government and get me assassinated within the shortest period of time, because 200 police cars would come to the Ghana Police Service. 3 helicopters would come to the Ghana Police Service. A new parliament house would be built for the Parliament of Ghana, as the Speaker of the Parliament of Ghana was colluding with the US government for a Ghanaian to be killed in his own land to cover up the killing of our people. When I was 1 week, 9 days in Moses Alobu's residence, he plotted with the same individual, with a US undercover agent, my brother Samuel Sarkodie, with the terror network of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. On the 9th day, they came to lay wait around the building to seek to execute the murder agenda and get me kidnapped one more time. Immediately, God helped me, and they got exposed. So I had to write a report to the office of the Speaker of Parliament, letting them know that these crimes have been committed in 2011. It has brought the nation Ghana into a huge problem, which continues up to this very day. And therefore, that heinous crime that has been committed by the government of Nana Addo must be brought to check. The terrorists must be brought to check. before a worse problem will be created for our nation. I sent a report to the office of the Speaker of Parliament. I sent a report to the ICC International Criminal Court, The Hague. However, the office of the Speaker of Parliament, Right Reverend Aaron Mike Okwe, who loved money more than the lives of Ghanaians, continue to collude in the interest of his political party and instead of his government, that they must go ahead and get me assassinated. So Moses Alobu and the wife had been made to orchestrate an agenda that they should let the wife create domestic violence between me and her, while the military, which was aiding their crime, lie wait outside the building, and Moses Alobu will be coordinating the murder that they intend against me, so that when the wife is attacking me at the home, if I try to fight, the Moses Alobu will come home to the home and fire me at the home, claiming that it was in self-defense. I was fighting the wife and he shot me. Meanwhile, if I decide to flee the home, run away when I was, just like Joseph, when I was being attacked by the wife, then the military, while I'm fleeing out of the home, why is this person fleeing out of? They will gun me down. It was strategically planned. Meanwhile, God, in order for him to caution Moses Alobu and the wife that they are playing with a child of God and nobody touches the anointed of the Lord and go free. Before I got to Ghana to be hosted by Moses Alobu, God plagued the wife of Moses Alobu, called Felicia, with breast cancer to warn her that, like Ananias and Sapphira, they are evil against me. They will not get away. God plagued her with breast cancer. They never feared God and went ahead to execute their murder plot against me. But God helped me on the day of the execution of their murder to get me shot down. I didn't resist. I walked gently out of the home. I got out of the home and there was the military. And the lady came out, followed me, started attacking me before the military personnel, hoping that I will resist. So to the shame of the military personnel who were fully armed, their plot didn't work. So immediately, right from that night, I have to find means to leave the home and go find another place to rent and live. That was what took me to 6 Philo Street, Lebanon Zone 2. The moment I got there, the Speaker of the Parliament of Ghana, the IGP, the CID boss, they have all known that they have been exposed. So immediately, they must put the home where I've gone to rent under total surveillance, just like they were doing with Moses Alobu. Continue their agenda to get me murdered quickly before the Ghanaian people will hear my voice. Eventually, they realized that irrespective, the CID boss, Nanaya Tiwa Adodankwa, on the very day that I went to rent the home, because they had tracked me to the home, while I was talking to the landlord, they have sent their agent to the home to also arrange for one room a room at the home to also be rented for a CID witch, a woman who will be a permanent individual to be networking with a CID. So they get me murdered secretly. They raised terror cells all over the the area, and they were doing this behind the Ghanaian people. They were aiding the US government. They must murder me as soon as possible because Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Since I got into a set up marriage to the US undercover agent, they have pursued their evil of killing innocent Ghanaians, killing Lucky Dube, killing innocent Muslims, while they shout war on terror, war on terror, war on terror. And they knew that their evil was eventually going to be exposed. So if they don't kill me, and my voice is heard in Ghana, they are all dead men and women. Humanity and the nations of the world. Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder, and to the very first anniversary of the killing of Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO. At that terror cell in 6 Philo Street, Lebanon Zone 2, that was the major terror cell that was used by the CIA, by the CID, the police headquarters of Ghana, the IGP of Ghana, the terror network of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. When they have held me, persecuted me, sought every means to get me assassinated, and it was not working because I had already exposed them. Documents have gone to the Flagstaff House, Jubilee House, Confused House. Report for me have gone to the office repetitively. I've gone to the office of the Speaker of Parliament. So they knew that although they are seeking to get me assassinated, there was the danger side of it. The ICC, the United, they were all watching how Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo would succeed to get me assassinated and get away. So it was a big problem. So the next strategy they use is, if they can't get me killed, then they must strategically bring death so close to me to put fear in me to the point that I would get to know that if all around me are getting killed, then it means I'm already dead, man. So they started strategically killing the family members of people that were so poisoning them and killing them in secrecy. They take you happen to have fallen as a result of the secret poisoning. You are taken to the hospital and they call the doctor. They inject, they kill you secretly. They were using this diabolical strategy to instill fear in me because it was tough for them to get me killed. And their last resort was to kill my Reverend Dr. David NABEGMADO in such a barbarous way. If that would not deter me, then they would start killing directly my family members. Let's go to part 2. In fact, what to do shall be part 3. Because God has chosen that we give the undercover agent 3 parts in this anniversary. So let's go to part 2, which is the continuation of this part 1. But what to do, which was recorded on the 28th, shall be part 3. Thank you. In part 2, we shall know exactly that a decision was made to kill Reverend Dr. long before he was killed. May we be comforted. We continue in the next video. God bless you. God bless my homeland.